Thank you so much for being here. Okay, Mama Rosa.
Yes.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate you taking the time to be here today. It is such a great pleasure. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, Mama Rosa, tell us a little bit about yourself. Now, I do understand you're from Sicily, right?
Yes.
And which part of Sicily are you from?
Palermo, provincia Palermo, Veggioiuso, provincia Palermo.
Okay, Anthony is also Italian. So for us who don't understand, he's going to help along with Olga. Oh, hi, Olga. Thank you.
So Mama Rosa is from. Ciao, Olga.
Ciao, Olga. Ciao.
Ciao.
Ciao, come stai?
Oh.
Tutto bene? So Mama Rosa is from a town in the province of Palermo, and the province of Palermo is it's a province. It's one of many provinces inside the region of Sicily, and Palermo. There's the city of Palermo inside the province of Palermo, and the city of Palermo is the capital of Sicily, the region of Sicily. And just to give you some idea, Italy has 20 regions. We have 50 states. Italy has 20 regions. And Sicily is one of the regions of Italy. It is off the mainland of Italy. It's an island right off the coast of Calabria. And it is one of the richest, most beautiful regions of Italy there is. Many of the Italian American dishes that we eat here in America had their origins. They're not the same, but they had their origins from the immigrants who came from Sicily to the United States at the turn of the century.
I see.
So that's a little background from where Mama Rosa is from. Did I do a good job explaining Mama Rosa? Buon lavoro.
You're very good.
So Mama Rosa,
Anthony,
Rosa,
perfetto.
Yeah, perfetto.
What age were you when you came to the United States?
Oh, I came, I only have 16 years old. I came in 1963. October
1963.
October
So
14, 1963.
58 anni fa.
Sì,
58 years ago she came to the United
really?
States. 58 anni fa.
Okay, ask me to repeat that later. I won't remember.
That's 58 years ago.
Wonderful. So
una cosa devo dire che io non ho andato alla scuola America. Non ho andato alla scuola. Io non so scrivere, you know.
So when she came to America, she didn't know how to write.
I can go.
Oh, you said something about
she couldn't write English. She couldn't speak English. But she learned.
Because my father have a lot of family. I have to help my father to go work and bring money home because nobody wants to rent the house for him. Nobody wants to rent it. I have to work to help my father to have a good life. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah. That is the point that I go to school. So yeah.
So
I was a second daughter. They are the only little children, you know, my father. Yeah.
So when you came here, when you was in Italy, a lot of the food that you are cooking here in the United States, you learned from your mother or your grandmother or great grandmother, correct?
Yeah. So very, you know, simple food, but very good. You know, yeah, very good.
Yes.
Sometimes people eating one dish, your whole family in one dish.
Yes.
You know?
So that's one of the fundamentals of Italian cuisine is that you use very simple ingredients and you use very few ingredients. But what you use the best. You use the best. But you just don't use that much.
Olive oil from the farm. My father have a farm. You know, everything we use is vegetales, organic, all of these things, the flavor, very good, you know. I remember one people from Palermo, Palermo capitale, you know. They came in mezzo uso, and we make a couple eggs. Very simple. You see, I never eat the eggs like this with olive oil.
Eggs and olive oil. Eggs and olive oil.
It was very, very, very simple, but they love it. They love it. Now,
I'm sure the olive oil in Italy is like 10 times better than the olive oil here.
Yeah.
Even though we import it from Italy or from Greece or wherever.
Well, I mean, some of the olive oil that we consume here in the United States is from Italy.
Yes.
But a lot of the olive oil that we consume in the United States is actually not from Italy. The less expensive olive oil is from Spain, and it's from Greece, and even from Israel. So, but if you buy Italian olive oil that is pure, and that is extra virgin, you're going to pay a little bit more for it. But you'll see there's a little seal on the top of the cap that says DOCG. So it's denominazione. It is official olive oil from Italy.
And on the top of the cap, it should say D-O.
Well, I know that for the wine, for Italian wine, it's DOCG. For cheese, it's DOP. I don't know what it is for olive oil, but there's a mark that says it is officially imported from Italy. Then you know that you're getting pure Italian olive oil. Like if you buy your extra virgin olive oil from Costco, that's not olive oil from Italy. It's olive oil from Spain. It's very good, and it's you could use it and it's delicious, but it's not Italian olive oil. You shouldn't assume that all of the olive oil that we consume here in the United States is from Italy. You have to make sure that the packaging says that it is from Italy.
Now the marking on the packaging, does that tell? I did see something on television. I don't remember if it was for cheeses, etc., but they had a marking and they can look at it and tell exactly where it came from. Is that true?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's something Tara and I we've just learned, huh?
Right. I'm like, I'm just soaking it all in.
Anthony, can I say something? In my farm, we have a farm. One olive tree, like a
like. So she had a farm. In Sicily. It had olive trees.
It's still there. They make black olives with with the olive oil, and every year they make a nice production for olive oil. And this olive oil, they look different color for this one. You have over here green, very green, Was it there? My father, those oil, they never, everybody say very sweet.
Sweet.
Different from the other place because it's very sweet, dense. Dense. When you put a little bit of coffee, my father usually in the morning make it toast. You don't put a butter. You put a little bit of salt when you toast it, a little bit of olive oil. Everybody eat everything.
With the olive oil.
It's very, very hot. Very hot.
But I learned not too long, well, a while ago, I should say, that when you buy olive oil, it should be in a dark bottle, correct?
Yes, it should. Yes.
We put it in a jar, terracotta. Terracotta, how do you say?
Okay.
Yes, terracotta. So basically, in Italy, one of the best ways to store, anywhere in the world, one of the best ways to store olive oil is in a stone jar. Terracotta is basically a ceramic
jar.
A stone jar.
Like you've seen orange plant pots, right? In the United States, you put the orange plants in those ceramic orange pots. That's terracotta. So And that's what people in Italy have been storing olive oil in those types of containers for centuries,
Oh.
going back to ancient Rome.
Yeah.
In fact, there is a mountain in Rome that is made from the damaged terracotta containers that used to transport olive oil. It's called Monte Testaccio, and it is a mountain right outside the city of Rome that is basically made from the damaged terracotta containers that used to carry olive oil. It's very interesting stuff.
Wow.
Rosa,
this is very, very interesting.
Terracotta, they keep
And
it
educational.
Cool.
Yes, it keeps it cool and dark. So, and that's how you preserve.
But you know, if it 3 months like this, we put it in one jar and another, because in it they create like a pezza, something black, which those black things we have to take it off from the olive oil
and put it into another.
Those one we call it pezza. We sell it and we make soap.
Yeah.
Oh, we make soap
right.
from it.
Make
the
soap.
olive oil.
Yeah.
With this pezza.
I you know what? One day, Lotto and I, we was at Zara, and there was a guy at the counter, and I don't remember if he was Indian or Italian, and his hair was real shiny. So I said, "What do you put in your hair to make it so shiny?" He said, olive oil.
I know. My father, he still have olive
oil. My father used to put olive oil in his hair.
My father too.
Yeah. I've done it before for dry hair. I put olive oil in my hair before.
I did not put olive oil in my hair.
I didn't put any on mine.
Yeah, I've used it in my hair too. Yeah.
And don't broke the hair, you know.
Yeah.
You know what? I go
original oil.
I go to the supermarket and I like to fry chicken.
Oh.
I prefer to fry it in olive oil. Now
you do?
That Baroli, I think you pronounce it.
Uh-huh.
On the label, it says frying and sauteing. I learned in school.
Bertolli.
Yeah. I was taught in culinary school because they're olive oils for specific things that you use it for. And then I told one of my sisters, she said, "Oh, I saw the olive oil on sale, so I got the big one." So I said, "Which one did you get?" She says, "I don't know, it just was on sale."
Oh, you like it?
I learned
olive oil is not a great cooking oil. You know, it's not ideal for frying because it has a very low smoke point. Vegetable oil has a higher smoke point.
You know what I do when I fry it? You know what I do? I put a little bit of olive oil, a little bit sunflower oil.
We had that in school.
The paste to fry.
Yeah, we had that in school. But you know what? I used Western vegetable oil. I was frying, and it was too heavy for my stomach. My stomach got upset.
If I can make a recommendation, so I would highly recommend actually avocado oil. Avocado oil is very neutiral, so it has there's no taste. Right? And it has a very high smoke point, so it's very good to fry anything. You know, you can saute. Sauteing is fine for olive oil, any olive oil. But if you're going to fry something, particularly if you're going to deep fry it, I think avocado oil is a very good alternative to, vegetable or canola. And it's a neutral oil. It is very high in fat, so you have to take that into account.
Yeah,
but it's completely unlike canola oil, which is sort of that's manufactured. It doesn't occur naturally. Avocado oil is a natural oil.
Yeah,
it's naturally occurring. Yeah. So it's actually a very good oil to use.
This is
what do you think about grapeseed, Anthony? Grapeseed oil.
Grapeseed is another excellent frying
Mhm.
oil,
That's
because
good.
for the same reasons, it's naturally occurring, and it's neutral, so it doesn't, unlike olive oil. Olive oil has a very peppery, it has a taste to it that
Mhm.
affects the flavor of the food that you cook in it. But
Mhm.
grapeseed oil is very neutral, so it's a
Yes.
very good oil to use to cook and fry in, because there's no residual taste from the
Yeah,
oil that you get in the food that you're
aftertaste.
making.
Right.
Yeah.
I used to use grapeseed oil on my face many years ago. And like for a body oil, it was recommended from a friend of mine. It was really light, but yeah, I've never
It's
used
very,
it to
it's
cook with.
very versatile.
Yeah, yeah.
But a lot of
I've
people,
used it
use
years,
grapeseed oil
and it's a little
to cook.
expensive too.
Mm.
So,
Yes,
Mama
and
Rosa.
avocado oil is too. Avocado is not
Oh
cheap.
yeah, I've only
it's
seen the avocado in bottles that's about this big in Stop and Shop, Anthony.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've never seen it in a.
and those bottles are about $10 a bottle.
Yes, it
So that's
is.
Yeah.
not. And you can, I mean, for $10, you could buy a vat of
Yeah, yeah.
vegetable oil.
Yeah.
But there's a difference.
Yeah.
So why do they recommend canola oil so much? Why? I remember about 15 years ago,
I don't
they were
think
saying it was better.
I don't think
Why?
everybody talking about it. Canola oil no good to fry.
Yeah, why
Yeah,
do they
it-
recommend it so much?
It is
I
Mama
think they
Rosa.
recommend it.
Mama Rosa, it's no good to.
No good. Canola.
No
No.
good?
Canola oil.
Because canola oil, think about canola oil as margarine, right? Margarine
Oh.
is like an imitation butter,
Yeah.
right?
Imitation.
Oh.
Canola is an imitation vegetable oil.
Mm.
Oh, it
It's
is?
not. Yes, it's manufactured. It's not naturally occurring. So it's
Oh.
it's essentially made from chemicals, the way margarine
Canola
is.
oil is made from chemicals? My guess, did
Yeah,
you hear that?
I mean,
Stop using.
Yeah.
so
Right.
so
What do you think? What do you
you
think
know,
about
there
sunflower oil?
canola oil has some vegetable oil in it, but it's not called vegetable oil for a reason, because it's not there's not enough vegetable in it to
Yeah.
call it vegetable
Yeah,
oil.
Oh.
You should, if you're going to use oil, right, and you don't want to use, and you want to use an oil that is high smoke point, but you don't want to spend a lot of money, my suggestion would be to buy vegetable oil, not canola oil. Canola oil is very inexpensive, and it's inexpensive for a reason,
For a
because
reason,
they don't have to
yes.
harvest it. They just make it out of, they make it out of other ingredients.
What do you think
Yeah.
about? Excuse me. What do you think about sunflower oil? Everybody talking.
Sunflower oil is
That's a
fantastic.
different
very good.
taste to it also, right?
It's expensive.
It's another, yes, and it's another naturally occurring oil, right? It's made from a sunflower seed. They press the seeds, they get the oil out. The way they do olives, the way they do vegetables, the way they do avocados. These are naturally occurring vegetables or naturally occurring things that grow naturally, and they press the oil out of it, as opposed to canola oil, which, I mean, there's no canola plant. It's just,
I know.
Mama Rosa, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
The food that we eat here compared to the food in Italy, when you came here, how did you greet it? Because you were young and you was used to having the best of pastas and et cetera. Then you came here and you were introduced here. How did you accept it?
We accept it because we go buy olive oil, we go buy whatever we use in Italy. So my father always is saying, we have to the garden, we do all vegetable. My father is a very farmer, from the farmer. You know what they do?
Yeah.
Garden here in the backyard.
Yeah.
In the backyard, he created a garden with shrimp beans, zucchini, Io avevo un'idea.
Do you have a garden?
This
Do you
guy,
have a
I
garden where
never
you are?
see the men like this in my life. You know,
Mama Rosa, do you have a garden where you are now, where you're living?
we know because they have the what do you call it? The tree. Some animal they come to eat everything.
Oh,
And they eat
Oh.
everything.
I feel disappointed about this. I feel disappointed.
well, you
because
know
I
what?
want a very nice garden.
Yeah, and they
Which
eat
I
them.
know
You
how to
can.
play. But I can do.
Mama Rosa, you know
Yeah.
what?
Mm.
Anthony has a garden
gotta go
on his
there.
roof.
Any roof, yeah.
That's one
Sì.
on his roof.
Ho un giardino sul tetto
Ce
del
l'hai?
mio edificio.
Ma vero
Del
stai
mio
scherzando?
edificio.
Vero stai scherzando?
Edificio.
Anthony,
Well, you know what?
You
I
kidding?
wish I could
Or
have
you're
that.
really?
No, no. Sì,
Sì.
è vero. È vero.
L'arbore non ci sono. Sì,
Ah.
No, 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 no. Non c'è arbore, ma sono piante di verdure.
Verdure, sì, sì. Sì, buono, buono.
Sì, sì.
Sì.
Okay, now explain.
So I just told her. So Mama Rosa said, "Are you kidding? Do you really have a vegetable garden? You really have a garden on your roof? Do you have trees and everything?" I said, "No, no, no. We don't have trees. We just have vegetable plants. You know, we just have plants that we grow
Yeah,
vegetables."
yeah.
So, and the good thing about a garden on the roof of the building is that there are no animals to eat the vegetables, right? So you have the problem, Mama Rosa, you can't have a vegetable garden.
And plenty of
because
sunlight
you
up
live,
there too.
right.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, lots of sunlight, and we have no
Right.
shade.
We need 80
So
now.
everything grows
80 now.
beautifully up there.
Yeah, very too much sun. If I don't have enough sun, everything die. Because at least here we try nothing. We spend a lot
Yes.
of money to plant, but we don't get nothing. Not even a couple of plants of tomato.
As a matter of fact,
I don't want to be dealing anymore for this place. Because
yes, because
it's
it gets
beautiful.
frustrating because you
Yeah.
can't.
See, over here, if I don't know if you see from over there, outside, it's very beautiful. They look like a paradise, this place.
Wow.
Wow.
Breathe, everything, shady from the winter, summertime, we not too much hot. Not
Yes.
too much,
Yeah.
the pollution, not too much pollution, beautiful.
Uh-huh.
They look another world. I told you the truth.
But what I learned this week from Mama Rosa,
Yeah.
we were talking about different food, and we were
Yeah.
talking about chicken, what was it, the chicken parmesan?
Parmigiano, yeah.
Yeah, and what I learned is that in Italy, many years ago,
Yeah.
there was no chicken.
Non esiste. It doesn't exist.
It did not. Yeah, that's the word. It didn't exist. And Mama Rosa said because they didn't have the money
To buy chicken.
That's right.
to buy it.
That's right.
So they used the eggplant and used the eggplant.
Yes.
Rene, can I say something?
So
Yes.
You know, one we eat chicken. One of my mother have a baby.
I'm sorry. Say that
My
again.
mother have a baby. My father,
Oh,
they took a roast, they kill it, and they make a nice soup.
right.
Nice.
Oh,
That was the first time you. That was the first time she had chicken.
She ever had it.
Time, you know.
really?
2 times a year we eat meat. We don't eat so
Yes.
much. Like
So let me explain something.
Yeah.
In southern Italy,
yeah.
from the turn of the century till really till the 1960s, 1970s,
Yeah.
southern Italy was a very poor part of Italy, very poor.
Yeah.
And so most of the people who lived in those regions of southern Italy, they lived on the land, and they mostly subsisted on vegetables,
Yeah.
not meat. Meat was very expensive.
Very
Meat was
expensive.
very expensive.
We can buy.
So they did not,
Yeah.
in southern Italy, they did not eat much meat. They did not eat much fish. They really just mostly ate beans and vegetables and pasta.
how
so
nourishing is that?
And so it wasn't until those Southern Italians who emigrated to the United States,
Mhm.
they had available to them many more ingredients that were otherwise not available to them in Italy. They were less expensive, so they were able to eat meat. They were able to buy meat and chicken and fish. So instead of making Parmigiana di melanzana, instead of making eggplant Parmesan, they adapted that recipe for chicken or veal.
Oh,
Right? Those were things that were not available in Southern Italy at that time. So when they came to the United States, they saw that there were all of these additional ingredients that were available to them, and they were accessible, they were affordable, and so they were able to buy it, and they adapted those original recipes from Italy, and that is how Italian American cuisine was born. So now you have chicken cutlet Parmesan, you have veal Parmesan. These are things that still don't exist in Italy traditionally. You know, you could probably find them in
Today.
Italian restaurants that cater to Americans in Italy, but traditionally Parmigiana is only eggplant. That's it.
Wow.
So
zucchini,
zucchini
parmigiana,
and eggplant. Yeah.
we can make, you know, and
So this is how Italian American cuisine evolved in the United States. It started as sort of a purity in Italy, but it was only born out of the fact that there were very limited ingredients available there, and people's economic conditions prevented them from experimenting with different ingredients. They only used what they could afford or what was available to them. And then when they came here, they saw that there were more ingredients available to them. And so they adapted those traditional recipes based on the ingredients that were available here.
And Renee, there's a documentary on what Anthony is actually speaking on that airs on Netflix on exactly the immigration to America in New York and how we had all these big meat factories, slaughtering factories here. And the majority of our the Italian American recipes, they're American recipes, and there was not much meat in it either, because those big slaughterhouses that we have here in America. But there's one that airs pretty frequently on Netflix. I'll tell you about
Tara,
it too.
what is the name of that series? That's fascinating to me.
I have to go because I watched it a couple of times. I will follow up with you. I've watched
it. I want to see it.
It's like a Italian American documentary, and it even spoke about you know, about how, like, when they started to immigrate to New York and all the big slaughterhouses that they had down in New York and things like that. And they're like, wow, we had all this meat that's available to us. Like spaghetti and meatballs is not a real Italian recipe back in Italy. It's more of an American thing. And lasagna with meat, you know. And I didn't know that, but yeah, I learned a lot from that.
That's a very interesting, it's a very interesting sort of contrast between what is traditional Italian cuisine. And by the way, traditional Italian cuisine, there are 20 regions in Italy, and each one of those regions has their own interpretation and their own cuisine. The Italian American cuisine is based on Southern Italian cuisine. And even
Italian cuisine first,
but there is no Southern Italian cuisine per se. There are 5 to 6 regions that make up Southern Italy. There's Campania, there's Puglia, there's Molise, there's Sicilia, there's Calabria. There are many regions, and each one of those regions contributed their own dish to Italian American cuisine, right? So they all feed into what we are now used to as Italian American cuisine.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
That
That's
is.
amazing.
Yeah.
How the
Yeah.
dynamic just changed when you got
It's
here, because what's
it's
now
very
available.
complex.
Very good.
And you know, Mexican cuisine is very similar because there are 35 Mexican states, and we, as Americans, we sort of homogenize Mexican cuisine as, you know, tacos and,
Yeah.
you know, the
Yeah.
stuff that we see in Taco Bell or whatever. But
Yeah.
there are
Isn't that.
there's so many complex differences between complex differences of cuisines between states in
in
Mexico.
region to region.
Yeah, but that's not just Italy and Mexico. It's just everywhere. Here in America, we
Yeah.
have this tendency to homogenize everything, because everything gets very commercial here.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But the truth of the matter is that cuisine is very complex and very different by region.
Depending. Yeah. What were you going to say, Mama Rosa?
Excuse me. One point is because over here in this country, so many kind of people, the whole world come over here. Everybody is different. They want to, you know, taste everything different.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, I see even in India people I know,
Uh-huh.
they like Italian food.
Everybody, I think, likes
They
Italian
call me,
food.
they say, can you come to my house at least one day to show me what you do, you know, because every time I make some food, I let you try, I let you taste it. You know, so wonderful.
Yes.
Those people, I feel like they really like that kind of food, different. Whatever
Mama
they
Rosa, I was told by Olga that you are a fantastic cook. Fantastic cook.
Mm.
I am sending my drone over to get some food.
you have to taste.
The other day, and you'll see it.
Not just talking about it, we have to taste it. Yeah.
The other day on the show, Mama Rosa made, I mentioned it before, the peppers and the sausage. Now, it was the chicken
Yum.
sausage, which was good for me.
You know what I like to make it too? I like to make a chicken pizzaiola.
Chicken pizzaiola, yeah.
Pizzaiola.
What's that?
What is that?
So pizzaiola,
Very easy, very easy.
yeah.
So people
So
on
pizzaiola,
to sell up everything. They put everything in one place. Everything.
yeah, it's a one-pot meal, right?
Oh, okay.
Pizzaiola, the word pizzaiola means pizza guy.
Pizzaiola,
Right? It's a guy who makes pizza.
Cheese, tomato, celery, carote, potato, everything. A little oil on the top, and then you bake it. You know,
So in Italian,
no water.
Okay.
No water.
yes.
No water. Everything.
In Italian, you can. There's a particular kind of sauce that you can make that you can braise meat in. You could use steak. You could use like a flank steak or shell steak, or you could use chicken. You could even use veal, and you can braise it in this. It's a tomato-based sauce, and it's called pizzaiola, and it's basically it's a tomato-based sauce that is very that has it has the taste of what pizza sauce is like. Lots of oregano, lots of oregano.
They give it flavor.
Oregano, right?
Oh.
So it's a very heavy oregano sauce, right? My mother used to make a dish called carne pizzaiola. So that basically it's steak. It was steak, flank steak, in a tomato-based sauce with a lot of oregano in it and garlic. It's
that
very
sounds
simple.
so delicious.
Yes.
Very simple.
It's excellent.
Everybody likes
It's excellent.
They cook it one time. They cook everything one time.
You put everything in one pot.
Oh, a casserole.
It's a one pot. It's one pot.
One pot.
Yeah. So what you would do is
pot.
whatever your protein is, whether it's chicken, whether it's beef, whether it's veal, you in the pot, you use a little olive oil in the base. you brown, you caramelize the protein, whatever it is, and then you throw in the tomatoes, you throw in the oregano, you throw in the garlic, and
Oh,
that's it, and you let it
Then you
braise,
cover it with
and it becomes very tender. The meat becomes very tender.
Well,
and a little bit of juice,
I was mentioning earlier, I was telling Tara, we were talking earlier today, and when I make my meatballs and spaghetti, I get the sauce from Andrea Sal Lu Maria. I have to say it slow because I get tongue twisted. Anthony, you know the store. I get their sauce and I use turkey. I use onion, green pepper, red pepper, fresh garlic, a little oregano and etc. And I put that in the pot. I mean, I do that to season the turkey. I make the meatballs. I put it in the pot with the sauce. I do not fry the turkey. I put a low flame and that sauce gets nice and hot and it cooks the meatballs. Oh, when you bite into the meatball, it melts in your mouth. You go, oh, it's like butter. Now,
if I'm making meatball, I put it fry just a little bit to no broke.
I do the same thing.
I do
I fry mine a little bit too.
Just a little bit.
I sear it a little bit.
Just to put a little crust on it, and then I finish it in the sauce.
Chicken meatball, turkey meatball is different. When you drop it in the water,
and it cooks right away. Yes.
They get it together. From the regular meat, you know what I mean?
See,
I like to put mine, like fry mine a little bit, and then I put them in the muffin pan because it holds in the meat.
That's a nice idea.
Put them in the muffin pan because it creates like the science kind of steams it in there, keeps the moisture.
You always let you cook at least an hour and a half.
I let the sauce.
20 minutes.
I let the sauce cook real. I put a low flame, cover it, and I just leave it. Every once in a while, I might take the crock pot and I put it in the oven and just let it. And when you open it, it's all steamed and the sauce is deep red. It is like.
When I make food, Rene, when I make food, the only block. They know the smell it for here.
They know it's you cooking.
I'm sure. I'm sure they could smell. They could smell it.
My son come before work. They say I order from the corner over there. So what do you want from the corner? I say, I always put the smell for the good food you're making, ma. You know, and then I don't forget it. He said my hands is like my hands like a miracle, you know.
Mama Rosa, when I come to your house, could I spend the night?
We spend the day with you, of course.
And then
if I deserve it, why not?
Mama Rosa, I'm bringing my glad bags.
Yeah.
They put the food in.
All right. Okay. So nice.
Oh my goodness. Mama Rosa, we still got plenty of time.
We make so many kind of things. But we don't cook too much meat because my son.
Mama Rosa, what is your favorite dish?
My son, they don't eat the beef. They lamb, chicken, pork, but not beef.
No beef.
No beef. Mama Rosa, what is your favorite dish out of all the dishes? What is the one dish that you like the most?
Quality.
What?
Quality. Oh, very nice. Very nice.
What is that, Anthony?
Quality. This is a Russia recipe. Russia.
Okay.
I never
That's
made
why
it.
I don't know it.
First time my daughter-in-law, she made it. I learned, and now she think I make it more better than her.
So Mama Rosa tried a Russian dish that she loves, and now she makes it better than the person who showed her how to make it.
So you know, I sent Italia the guy, right, to internet, cavolo cappuccio, come si chiama?
Yeah, cabbage, cavolo.
Bisogna cavolo to cook it, to prepare.
So it takes a few hours to cook.
Rice, chicken, all of these things. We have to fill it up.
So it's basically like a big stew. She makes a big, una stufata, un stufato.
Non è stufata.
Di cavolo.
Si devono fare con le foglie e si devono fare un pacchetto.
Right.
Un pacchetto.
Okay, yeah. So you have to take the leaves. You have to separate all the leaves.
We have to cook the leaves.
Yeah.
Stuff cabbage. And they call it cabbage.
Yeah. See.
And then we serve it with oh my God, when they serve it one day, they taste much better.
Oh, the next day.
Yes.
How do you,
So
what's the
leftover, it's
ingredients,
better.
Anthony?
Oh, you got it. You probably make this all
She said
the
cabbage, carrots. What else?
What is inside?
Carote, cipolle.
Oh, si deve fare una salsa. Prima si deve fare una salsa con carote, celery, onions,
Carrots, celery, onions, tomato.
Però si devono fare a tempo.
So it's basically like a big vegetable stew.
Okay. Inside the pan. 10 minutes for this, 5 minutes for another thing, you know. After you make a nice sauce, a nice cream with the tomato. In the end, we put tomato, a carrot, gravy, gravy. They turn like a nice sauce.
Oh, your daughter.
Then when we do the garbage.
So Olga just sent a message to everybody. So she's explaining that the dish that Mama Rosa is talking about is called
Yes, I see that.
golubsti. And so basically it's like stuffed cabbage. So cavolo, involtini di cavolo, più o meno.
Si chiamano in italiano, si dicono rotine.
Capisco. Ho capito.
Ho capito. Spiegalo a René.
Oh, and she put her own Italian twist to it. Okay.
So she was. So it's basically like a stuffed cabbage.
Oh, you go, Mama Rosa.
So, but listen, let's think about the fundamentals of this, right? You asked Mama Rosa what her favorite dish was. And as a true American, she said, I like a Russian dish. Right? All right. She likes a Russian dish. A friend of hers showed her.
Anything I make,
A friend of hers showed her how to make it. And she decided she wanted to try it. And so she made it. And now she makes it better than the person who showed her how to make it.
Oh, yeah, that's what Josie, her daughter said.
What is it? Brontino is Italian fish, right? Brontino.
Yes. And by the way, I completely love that aspect of cooking, right? I love the fact that I can talk to somebody. They can tell me about a recipe that I'm completely unfamiliar with. And something about it speaks to me. And I say, I want that recipe. I want to try that. And then you make it your own, right?
Yeah.
So my mother,
absolutely.
my mother was an Italian woman. And we had next door neighbors who were Irish. They were from Dublin. And we had never had Irish soda bread. Ever. We were Italian, so we didn't know anything about Irish soda bread. But this woman, who my mother was very good friends with, gave my mother the recipe for Irish soda bread 50 years ago. And now my mother, ever since my mother got that recipe, she made Irish soda bread all the time. She loved it. And everybody who tasted her Irish soda bread said, oh my God, this tastes like it could have come from Ireland, right?
Wow.
And so, and then my mother passed that recipe to me. And now I make that Irish soda bread all the time.
And you make it better?
And I would like to think so, but I have no point of reference. So I don't know if mine is any better or worse than somebody from Ireland. But all I can tell you is anybody who I've given that bread to
Yeah.
enjoys it, right? And so that gives me pleasure, right? And that, Mama Rosa, I'm sure that gives you pleasure too, right? You learn a new recipe, you make it your own, you cook it,
Anthony, one
yeah.
thing I gotta say, if you put a love, you saw.
You put love in it.
Yeah.
Everything
Yeah.
is coming perfect. Listen,
Absolutely.
I mean, cook, I make food, everything, cookies, pasta, everything, right? I make it crochet.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah.
Renee, see,
Yeah.
the
You make
crochet.
blankets, you make
Nobody
hats,
teach
you
me.
make scarves.
Nobody
Oh,
teach me.
yeah.
Nobody
Mama
teach me.
Rosa, you know
I
I
make
want
it
one of those.
crochet. I make
Yeah.
it crochet. Special
Yes.
this is what I'm about, eh? But they get up my thinking for my brain because I'm very stressed out.
Yeah, so that calms you
Oh my
down to
God.
crochet.
You know how many blankets I make it? I don't know. I can't anymore. Be crazy. I stop it now.
Mama Rosa, remember I told
just
you I
a
want
blanket.
Guarda questo, guarda
No,
questo.
guarda che l'ha
La mia
fatto.
read
mamma,
that?
Che l'ha
la mia
fatto?
mamma ha fatto
Oh,
questo
tua mamma. Sì. Oh, easy.
50 anni fa.
E tu lo
50 anni
conservi
fa.
caro, eh?
My mother
Are you
made this.
Oh,
My mother
wow.
crocheted this for me 50 years ago.
Wow.
Oh.
I still have it.
You ask René, you have the video about the blanket, pachacola, hate, you know.
The what?
I have a
Make it
question for Mama Rosa.
For kinky
She
bed,
has checked.
you understand? For kinky bed, they make a blanket, what they mean. I make it like a seminar already.
Wow.
Big blanket.
I want one.
For you. You believe me. With pazienza, come si dice?
Mama
Patience.
Rosa, you are
And
extremely
love. You
talented.
have to put love, number one.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Patience.
Patience.
Senza dubbio, without a doubt.
For this
Senza
thing
dubbio.
you already have everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is the point.
Yeah.
If you
Yes.
confuse it right away, you never can do nothing.
You have to put your soul into it. You have to put your
Yes.
soul into everything that you do. You have to.
Everything.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I created 4 children for myself, okay? I never give you one day babysit my children. I work, I cook, I clean, I do everything.
You
I'm
do
here,
everything.
I'm still alive every out. Because if I don't do nothing, you know what I
Brava.
You say, I'm like this, I'm like this. People make it complain. Why you make it complain? You have in this country, you have everything.
Bravissima.
This
Okay.
is the
Bravissima.
best thing you can have in your life. You know what you feel? You feel rich already. You know,
Mama Rosa, you have a lot of knowledge, a lot of common sense, which a lot of people need to have these days, because they're thinking here and they're thinking there, and to solve the problem is right in front of them, but they have no common sense.
Yeah, I know. Like the one thing I can say, all of this thing, if you ask God, God will give it to you.
Absolutely.
You know,
That's
because
Mama Rosa, I have a question for you.
Zero without the God.
Go ahead,
Mama Rosa, c'è una domanda di Tara per te.
Tara, che dici tu? What do you say?
Mama Rosa, Tara has a question for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So, what is your favorite American dish and why? Something that when you came to this country in the 60s that grew on you, and how do you make it? Why is it your favorite?
Minestrone from the
minestrone soup?
Minestrone from the garden with the zucchini. Some kind of leaves my father created. Minestrone.
Minestrone?
Very good.
Minestrone.
Minestrone.
Wow.
Yeah.
Those minestrone is good for your heart, for the stomach.
Yes.
You know,
it's a vegetable soup. It's perfect.
How do you make yours? And what's different about it?
See, I go over India store.
Okay.
And then I buy long zucchini, long like this.
So she goes to an Indian store to buy her vegetables, to buy her zucchini.
Oh.
The
What?
zucchini is long like this.
Yeah.
Oh, the zucchini. Yes, I've
Zucchini.
seen them. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then I make this zucchini without the water,
Mm.
powder. So we put the onions, garlic, olive oil, not vegetable oil, just olive oil.
Just olive oil.
Yeah.
So do you prefer more vegetables over the meat here? Vegetable meals?
Yeah. Every
prefer-
day we have a vegetable, every day.
Yeah, because
One
Mama
time
Rosa, I
zucchini,
noticed.
One time zucchini, one time broccoli rabe, one time cauliflower. Very good
Yeah.
cauliflower for you.
For you.
Artichoke number one.
Artichoke.
Cardona, when we got it, Cardona. Artichoke you find there all the time.
Yeah.
Artichoke. I know very good recipe to artichoke.
Mhm.
Oh.
And Mama Rosa, you like
Very nice.
using organic food, correct?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
believe the
all
other
time.
day when she was making the sausage and peppers, she said, this is organic.
Oh, this
This
organic.
is organic.
Because
Yeah.
organic is not be chemical.
Organic. In Italian, biologico.
They root your life, Little
Uh-huh.
ballera, see, ma little ballera, people get sick. It go back and forth for the doctor.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right. Back and forth to the doctor.
We have to think about what we doing this life. We're not
Mhm.
a little baby. We're not a little baby. We have to, be careful for the young child we have, I have so many grandchildren. All the time I say, you guys.
Says lasagna was in-
But Mama Rosa said to me the other day that she gonna do her cookbook, so I offered to help.
Oh my goodness.
Nice.
I cannot wait to
I
I know it's
Brava,
gonna be
brava,
great.
brava.
together.
Not easy.
I am going to try
Yeah,
every
it's
single recipe in the book that will give me the opportunity.
Yes, I'm waiting on that.
Yes, yes.
Very good. So for the
That would be-
minestrone, we gotta make a nice recipe for the minestrone. Minestrone.
Yes.
All the kind, so many kind of minestrone.
Uh-huh.
Lento, beans. Not from the can. Not from the
No.
can you go buy it. We have to
Yeah.
make fresh.
Yeah.
For dry beans,
The dry beans are the best
everything,
beans.
yeah.
Are the best.
How
The dry beans are the best.
How the way you gotta prepare it.
Mhm.
Because from the can, I don't think it's every day. You think it's from they have a
Too
lot of things.
salty, huh?
Too salty.
Yeah.
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 I
when
the cholesterol is too much. That's
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to be careful from the butter. Don't eat no butter.
Mama Rosa is very, very healthy.
Very healthy.
My father passed away 93 year old. My father.
Really?
I love it so much for my father.
And you know what?
Good cook.
You know what, Mama Rosa? The food today, people are all of a sudden aware of the gluten. They don't want gluten.
Yeah.
They're careful about the salt intake. They're careful about eating pork. Okay. However, when I was a kid, I grew up eating pork.
Mhm.
And we didn't care about the gluten and we didn't care about the salt. My grandmother lived to be 85 years old. 85.
Yeah.
My
And
mother is sick because she is sick from the diabetes.
Okay.
Because she like a lot of pasta.
Diabetes.
Yeah.
My mother like a lot of pasta, a lot of bread. Those are no good. We tell her, ma, don't eat this. But she said, I like it. But then she lost the memory. When she lost the memory, then she don't know what to do anymore. But my father was 93-year-old when he passed away.
Really?
Yeah.
93?
93.
You know why? Because he was eating all those vegetables, all that good food. healthy
He wants
food.
every day pasta with a little bit of pasta with the lento.
But you know what, Mama Rosa, when we talk about
Pasta lenticchia.
Pasta lenticchie e poi metti
Pasta
verdura
lenticchia.
con verdura.
That is my favorite dish.
Yeah.
So you asked Mama Rosa what her favorite dish is. My favorite dish is
Lento.
pasta with lentils.
Lento.
oh,
In Italian, it's
lentils?
called pasta lenticchia.
Pasta lenticchie.
Pasta, what kind of
lenticchia.
Pasta
pasta?
lenticchie, especially in the winter time.
So I prefer little pasta called ditalini,
Ditalini.
or
or
ditalini
Are
or
those those little
ditali.
tiny ones?
Orecchiette.
Yeah.
They're the little, so they're tiny little tubes. They
Yeah.
almost look like little tiny ziti.
Ziti.
Very, very small.
Ziti.
Yes,
Oh, the
yes,
little bitty
So they're
ones.
called,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
So ditali are a little bigger. Ditalini are very small. Ditalini. So the ini,
Being small.
Mezzani sono quelli che
yes,
sono più grandetti che lento, they go inside.
yes, right.
Yeah.
So it's important to have the little hole in the pasta so that it can absorb, so that the pasta, the lentils or the beans can go inside.
Yeah.
So what I like my favorite for Italy, I like pasta with the sardine. Pasta with the sardine.
Pasta con sarde. Pasta con sarde.
Però qua non ci sono i finocchi di quelle di là, di Italia.
So another very traditional Sicilian dish, un piatto palermitano. So a very it's a dish that's very, very central to Palermo, where Mama Rosa is from, is pasta con sarde, pasta with sardines. Pasta with sardines.
I love sardines.
In Italy,
There's also, so there are a few places still left, mostly in Brooklyn, that are called focaccerie palermitane, right? So these are Sicilian Palermo fast food places, the street food. So in these focacceria, you can order pasta con sarde. There's another very popular dish, popular in Palermo, called arancine.
Sono
rice
troppo
balls.
lavorati, arancini sono troppo lavorati e poi che ci sono
This is very educational, right, Tara?
Isn't it?
Fry. Too much fried.
Yes, so they're fried.
Like too much fried.
She doesn't like it, but that is one of the dishes. Then there's also another dish called panel.
I
So that's
numero uno.
Panelle are mashed chickpeas that have been deep fried, and they put them on hamburger rolls with ricotta and parmigiano.
Oh my God, that sounds so good.
It's delicious. It's delicious.
Wow.
Yeah. So these are very, very popular dishes that you can find on the street in Palermo, that you can still find here, well, in this area. So one of the places where my family is from Brooklyn, and my family is from the Gravesend area of Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Now, this restaurant is no longer owned by Italians, but it was created by Sicilian immigrants. It was called Joe's of Avenue U. It was a focacceria palermitana, and it is on Avenue U and McDonald Avenue in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Yes, and it is a very, very popular traditional Sicilian restaurant. It's not just Italian, it's Sicilian. All of the dishes that you find there are Sicilian. It's very, very amazing. So it's now owned by Russian people, right? Because that whole area now is no longer really Italian. It's mostly Russians. So Russians bought the restaurant, but they still maintain the cuisine, the original cuisine of the restaurant. But these are the kinds of dishes.
Is it still just as good?
Yeah.
I will tell you that I have eaten there. I ate there about 3 years ago, and the food was still very good. It was still
put their
very
twist to
much
it.
like the old place. So I would
Wow.
say that they probably still have Sicilian immigrants who work in the kitchen, or it's just people who were originally from Sicily, from Palermo, to make the dishes, right? So the ownership is Russian, but the people who make the food are probably still still Italian.
But they speak Palermitane, they speak from Palermo. You know, the Palermo is a different language. Palermo.
Yeah.
They speak dialect. Dialect.
Yes,
Wow.
dialecto. Yes, they speak a different dialect.
Everybody speak, come ti piace questa cosa? Amone, namone. They started cooking like this, you know. I
Mama
know.
Rosa.
I was in Italy. 2 years ago. My father passed away. I have to make food for everybody over there. So what are we doing? Rabbit.
Rabbit?
Rabbit.
Oh.
Nice rabbit. Then everybody eat rabbit.
Coniglio.
In India, we make rabbit, everything. In India, I not taste rabbit.
You didn't taste it?
I not taste it because everybody eat. Everybody eat my rabbit.
I never had rabbit before. I'm never going to have it, because if I have rabbit, you're going to see me going like this.
No.
I used to make rabbit stew in my house. Oh my God, I love it. Oh yeah.
There's some dishes out there. There's some dishes out there that people make, and Tara and I earlier, we were talking about what was it, tripe and etc. etc. There's some foods, and you know, people still today, they eat with what they see. I know somebody in my family, I said, have you ever had that? And they said, no. Would you like to try it? No. Why? Because it doesn't look good. You know, people eat with that.
But rabbit actually looks
funny.
Good. It looks good. It doesn't look bad. It looks good.
But they say, no, I don't want to try it, but it's good. But it doesn't look good. I don't like the way that look. What's that? I don't like that.
Oh, yeah. I know.
But Mama Rosa, before we go, and this has been wonderful today. And of course, you know, you're going to come back and cook for us again. Besides what you made. Is there anything that you want to share with us before we leave today? And ladies and gentlemen, Mama Rosa is going to be on the show in the kitchen with Chef Renee Hewitt, coming up very soon, as soon as we get finished doing the editing and all that kind of stuff. And I'm sure you're going to love it, because I enjoyed it very much.
Yeah.
So Mama Rosa, is there anything that you would like? Oh, look at you smiling.
I know, I saw you. I saw you like to see Italian people, you know.
Yeah.
So,
let me tell you something. When I met Olga, who's in the background, and she told me about Mama Rosa. Are you there, Olga?
We live together for 5 years.
And she told me about Mama Rosa.
She very kind lady. We share it together.
Yeah. And I told
I like mother-in-law, daughter-in-law.
Yes, right. So I told her.
then
Look at her. And Olga told me, after I invited Mama Rosa on the show, that Mama Rosa was excited all day long. Oh, when
I know, because
and the whole family and her grandchildren, everybody know that she's here today and going to be on the big show. And you know, it's such a pleasure to have people like you. That's why Anthony and I got together, and Jackie isn't here today, and Tara is here, to let people who know how to cook express themselves. Because there are a lot of shows on television, and it's only geared towards the big chefs. What about the people like Anthony, who is a home cook, like you, like Chef Tara, you know, who are good at what they do.
Mhm.
So that's why when Olga told me that Mama Rosa, she was really excited. Oh my goodness, it made me happy. And I'm sure those who are watching today, I'm sure that you have people in your family or know someone who cooks and they would like to come on the show. And all you have to do is contact me at Chef Renee Hewitt or Renee Hewitt at Outlook.com. There you go. Now I gave
That's
up
a
my,
little plug there at the end.
there goes my email. But Mama Rosa, before
This is
we
the secret.
leave,
Renee,
Yes.
that is my secret. Whatever I do, everything, even if I gotta clean everything, I do with my love.
That's
Oh,
wonderful.
This is
yeah.
Brava.
Some
Say
secret.
bravo.
Everybody supposed to have in those kind of days. Thank you God we're still alive.
Uh-huh.
On this coronavirus, everything.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean?
Man.
So me, anywhere I go, in Italy, America, France, anyway, I want to live a smile.
Oh yeah.
Not a, you know,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
I'm a peacemaker.
Yes.
Peacemaker. That's it.
You are a peacemaker. All you have to
Peacemaker,
do is put
I
a
love
bowl
it.
of food in front of them, and
Aw.
they're gonna all calm down and sit and smile and sit back and have some
I
bean
know
on
it ain't nobody. Even if
No.
somebody do something to me, I know it ain't nobody.
No.
Because who's gonna judge in this world? It was a God. That's it.
Yes. Yes.
Man.
Yes. Amen.
Amen.
Okay, so we have to run. We've been overtime today, but it was nothing wrong with it because we have learned a lot through Anthony and Mama Rosa. Right?
Yes.
We have
You
learned a lot.
guys were amazing.
Very, very educational, and I really appreciate it. And don't forget, everybody, you'll see me put out there on social media when Mama Rosa is going to make her peppers and sausage. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Yes.
thanks everybody for being here today, Mama Rosa. I will speak to you soon.
Mama Rosa, un piacere.
Un piacere, okay.
So a pleasure. It
Un
was a pleasure to
piacere.
meet
I'm
you.
It's a pleasure meeting
Tara,
you,
a
Mama.
pleasure to meet you as
Nice to
well.
meet you. Tara,
Okay.
nice to meet you. Nice to meet you, Anthony.
Don't
You
forget.
remember my brother. I have a brother like a 57 year old. My brother.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
I have 5 brothers. 5.
Wow.
5?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
But who's the best cook? You are.
I told the truth. I told the truth. My brother.
It's
my
you.
Your brother cooks well?
They cook is good. They say that, what do you put in this food? All the time, they tell me, what do you put in? What do you mean, what do you put in? What do you see? Yeah, you say, you see something special, I put it whatever you guys put it. But the point is, what I put it by presence and love.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Yes.
you want to make it
Bravo.
fish. They want to make it fish.
Bravo.
That way.
Yeah.
Everything good. Everything is sloppy. I understand that the first time we make something, you know, look like a not a professional because okay, man, we try next to be nice.
Yeah.
Nice food. Okay.
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 All right.
So we finish.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Thank you, Mama Rosa.
Ciao, ciao.
Okay.
Buonanotte.
Okay.
Buonasera.
Buonasera
Bye,
e
Olga.
buon
Thank
appetito.
you.
E buon appetito con l'era.
Grazie. Anche per te, anche per te.
Ok.
Okay, bye-bye.
Arrivederci, arrivederci.
Okay.